biking, walking, or crawling there. But the best and easiest way to get to the Twin Cities is to fly, which is what many of the fans did this morning with an early departure from Greater Buffalo International Airport in Cheektowaga. Of course, it's never too early to boost our bills.
Let's go, Buffalo! 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 Let's go!
Now, many of those fans are now in the Twin Cities, where our own Kathleen Layton is standing by live, where Super Bowl mania is mounting by the minute. Kathleen?
Susan, mania is a perfect word. Is there anything more devoted than a Bills fan? I don't think so. We stopped by the airport here in Bloomington, Minnesota to find some Bills fans arriving, and they are all revved up for a Super Bowl win. Well, okay, these kids may not be cheering for the Bills Sunday, but they had plenty of real fans to entertain at the airport today.
We're here to see the Bills beat the Redskins in the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? The Bills should beat them easily by, oh, what do you think, about 20, 21 points?
It's just an honor to be here. I'm so thrilled. We went last year to Tampa, and my husband went in. We only had one ticket. So I was like on the outside looking in, so this year I'm thrilled because I actually have a seat in the game.
I feel that we're going to beat the Hogs. Then we're going to slice them up. Then we might have some ham.
Denver Bronco quarterback John Elway looked a little glum. He'd rather play in the game than watch it. But there's no doubt who he's rooting for.
AFC. We need an AFC winner.
Baggage handler Larry Stockman is originally from Buffalo and says our colors are flying a lot higher than Washington.
I'd say it's like 20 to 1 at least. 20 Bills fans for every Redskin fan. I haven't seen hardly any Redskin fans.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's just red, white, and blue every place you look in this airport. It's really wild.
Fans who successfully juggled getting game tickets and airline tickets are just relieved to be here.
This sort of thing happens when you live in Minnesota and can't go outside for 6 months of the year. You learn this sort of stuff. You know, hey, it's going to get warmer, though. It's going to be in the 20s, so.
The fans don't care. They have their team to keep them warm. And speaking of Buffalo Bills fans, we've got a couple of them here in the hotel. This is really Bills Central because the Buffalo Bills are staying in this hotel, and all the fans have been arriving today, all through the day, and they'll be arriving tomorrow. It's super here, Susan. We feel like we're back in Buffalo.
It seems that way, Kathleen. Enjoy yourself. We'll check back with you later. Thank you. In other news tonight, a convicted criminal who also happens to be an attorney from an affluent suburb has apparently skipped town before serving even 1 day in jail. I-Team reporter Tony Farina has been following the James Michaelak saga and has more on this latest development.
The 50-year-old Michaelak was convicted last August by a county court jury of scheming to defraud investors, fraudulently selling securities, and failing to file a prospectus with the state. He was convicted of misleading investors, many of them senior citizens, about his Tremont Park Mall complex and taking in more than $840,000. In October, Michaelak was sentenced to 3 to 16 years in prison, but he was released on his own recognizance pending appeal of the sentence by Appellate Justice John Callahan. Since then, Michaelak was convicted in federal court of submitting false loan papers and faces a possible minimum term of at least 6 years in that case. But Michaelak didn't show up on Tuesday in county court for a sentencing adjustment, and yesterday Judge Rose Lamondola issued a bench warrant for his arrest. Today, federal judge Richard Arcara also issued a warrant for Michaelak's arrest because of the county court developments.
It was 3 months ago that Michaelak was let out of this courtroom in handcuffs after he was sentenced, but he didn't serve 1 night in jail. As we said, he was released on his own recognizance without having to post bail, even though sources say he had $10,000 cash on him at the time. His whereabouts tonight are unknown. With the I-Team, Tony Farina, Eyewitness News.
And as a postscript, very few investors who lost money in various Michaelak projects over the last 10 years have received any of their money back, and bankruptcy proceedings involving Michaelak projects are not expected to yield much of a return. It was a long night and morning for Erie County Sheriff's SWAT team members. They were called to a Bullis Road home in Marilla after 24-year-old Michael Shields allegedly fired shots inside his house and wouldn't come out. Police negotiators finally talked him into surrendering. They recovered about a dozen rifles and shotguns from the home. Shields faces a reckless endangerment charge. Authorities say he may have been despondent over a DWI arrest last night. If you have 3 or more unpaid parking tickets in the city of Buffalo, you're liable to get booted, literally. Parking Violations Bureau workers are tracking down ticket scofflaws dating back to 1985. If your license plate number is on the list, you'll get the so-called Denver boot clamped on a wheel of your car. The boot makes it almost impossible to drive the vehicle and can be removed only with a special device, and only after you pay a $35 fine in addition to your parking fines. And don't think rank will grant you special privileges. Council member Jim Pitts was booted and had to pay $130 in fines. It would be a dream come true for Western New York's Roman Catholic faithful. Buffalo is one of 5 cities on the list of possibilities for a papal visit in 1993. Pope John Paul II came close to the Queen City when he journeyed to Toronto in 1984. The other 4 finalists for next year's visit are Chicago, Seattle, Denver, and Minneapolis. An announcement is scheduled for April 12th, Palm Sunday. Stay with us. We'll meet some bills from days gone by as they cheer on their contemporary counterparts. And Action 7 reporter Mary Travers has a warning about troubles with an infant car seat.
We're counting down the days to Super Bowl 26 and counting up the savings at Super Duper. Make a festive fruit punch in minutes. You start with Hawaiian Punch, add fruit slices and your own special ingredients. The 1-quart 14-ounce cans are 2 for 99 cents with coupon. And here's a great buy on Maxwell House Master Blend Coffee. The 11.5-ounce can is only 99 cents with this week's coupon. Shop Super Duper for a Super Bowl full of, ooh, it's so good. Go Bills!
For a limited time, the Dodge Sales Drive drives on. So hurry to your Dodge dealer now and still own Shadow America for only $69.84 thanks to 1,000 cash back. Still get 1,000 cash back on Caravan, and you can get air at no extra charge. Still up to 2,000 cash back on select Dodge trucks and package savings up to $26.83. Select cashback offers in January 31st.
Barbecue? Right now? Bag it? McDonald's? Hey, McRib. Now you're talking. We'll take 4.
McDonald's, a food, folks, and fun. Show.
The great taste of the McRib sandwich is back at a special price of $1.99 only at McDonald's. So come on in for the great taste and value of the McRib sandwich for only $1.99. Try McRib today.
We had a party at the house to celebrate my birthday, my success. Nice house, nice kids, nice car. You know, I guess I was kind of taking inventory, and the carpet stopped me cold, like I was seeing it for the first time. And I said to myself, this carpet's beneath me.
Now only the price is beneath you. Carpet up to $40 a yard, reduced to just $10.99 with no extra charge for installation, and incredibly, 12 months to pay, interest free. Tomorrow at Max Pies.
Here's a consumer quiz for you. What is the biggest single threat to child safety in this country? The answer? Automobile accidents. And the solution is easy. Buckle your kid into a child safety seat. But Action 7 reporter Mary Travers is here to tell us that you must follow the instructions to the letter in order to ensure safety. Tell us more, Mary.
Susan, you got to do that. The U.S. Department of Transportation reports that 16% of parents don't even bother to use infant safety seats, even though it's the law. And of the parents who do strap their kids in, 36% are doing it incorrectly. Tonight's story involves a parent who thinks she did everything right, but almost lost her little one.
This baby Bills fan almost didn't make it to Super Bowl Sunday. 4.5-month-old Aaron Luther had an accident in his Costco TLC infant car seat the other day. It happened after his mom, Diane, put the sleeping infant in the back seat of her car, strapped in his safety seat, and drove away.
Approximately 7 minutes later, I arrived at my destination and turned around to check on him, and he was completely flipped over in the car seat. The car seat was on top of him.
Diane says she couldn't even see the baby when she looked in the back seat. And when she flipped the safety carrier back over...
And he was bluish in the face, and he was bleeding from his mouth and his nose. And he was very non-responsive.
Diane rushed Aaron to the hospital, where she was told he was okay. She says he wasn't back to his old happy self until nearly 32 hours later.
If telling other people can prevent any other baby or any other parent from going through this, then it's worth it.
Action 7 contacted Costco to report Diane's problem. A spokeswoman for the manufacturer tells us the TLC infant car seat has been on the market for almost 5 years, and Costco has not had any recalls, claims, or problems with this seat. We're told it has been repeatedly tested to meet federal safety standards, and to date, Costco is unable to definitely determine what might have caused this incident. But Costco is concerned that perhaps the instructions were not followed to the letter. Says the company, we are concerned that the vehicle belt may be an emergency locking retractor shoulder belt with a window shade feature and a sliding latch plate. This type belt is very common, but it should not be used with any child car seat. This is specifically warned against in the instructions because it cannot be tightened securely, and the belt slides through the latch plate. Costco will continue to investigate the situation.
Turns out Diane's vehicle seat was not compatible with the Costco infant seat. The instructions state that the child restraint can only be used in vehicles having lap belts that can be tightened securely. If the vehicle belt cannot be tightened securely, it must be replaced. The bottom line here is you've got to read the instructions on the manufacturer's baby seat, get your car's owner manual out, read about the seats. If it's not compatible, then you can't use it, but you can take it back to the dealership and have them install the right thing. If any slack is available, if you can pull that slack and it's not tight, then the seatbelt does not work for the infant seat, and you've got to do something about it because it's a dangerous situation. But use the car seat anyway, no matter what.
Okay. Thank you, Mary. We're going back to the Twin Cities where John Murphy is counting down to kickoff time. Stay with us.
Come get it good. A deal just right. Ponderosa's Grand Buffet, just $4.99. Will satisfy your appetite. We got your tacos, Rose, your green Charlene, your pasta bar, Lamar, and great appetizers, Gene. All just $4.99 for a limited time. Come and get it at Ponderosa. And for a juicy steak, Jake, our new extra cut ribeye and Grand Buffet is just $5.99. Unbelievable. Come and get it at Ponderosa. That's the deal, Camille.
I'm Dan Deerdorf. For an inside look at the Bills and the Redskins, we know Buffalo's watching Saturday night at 9 on WKBW TV News Channel 7.
We're counting down the days to Super Bowl 26 and counting up the savings at Super Duper. Make a festive fruit punch in minutes. You start with Hawaiian Punch, add fruit slices and your own special ingredients. The 1-quart 14-ounce cans are 2 for 99 cents with coupon. And here's a great buy on Maxwell House Master Blend Coffee. The 11.5-ounce can is only 99 cents with this week's coupon. Shop Super Duper for a Super Bowl full of, ooh, it's so good. Go Bills!
When Jonathan made his debut into the Harper family, he arrived without any financial surprises. That's because his mom and dad had their health coverage through Independent Health. And while traditional health insurance companies will sometimes surprise you by disallowing parts of your medical bills, Independent Health doesn't work that way. Because we know you don't like surprises. Independent Health. Quality coverage you can depend on.
For Buffalo Bills fans, it's getting more exciting as we get closer to the big game. And for the team, it's probably getting more serious. And John Murphy is in St. Paul, Minnesota now. There's John. We had a picture up, John, instead of your face. And I imagine that it's getting pretty serious for the team now.
Yeah, I would think so, Susan. You know, the game plans are in, and the pads are off until Sunday when it counts on Sunday. And they'll hold one brief walkthrough tomorrow as the Bills and the Redskins get ready to rumble. The final full practice day today for both teams and the final media sessions for the coaches. Now, it was also a photo opportunity, but there was one photo that Marv Levy did not want taken. And that's the one where the coach looks longingly at the Lombardi Trophy. Levy told reporters today that he did not want that picture on file.
This Super Bowl trophy, I would prefer, there's a press conference the morning after the game, I understand, where the coach of the winning team would be. I prefer waiting till then. It's pretentious.
Not want to jinx himself. He and Joe Gibbs did talk today about injuries and the sprained ankle suffered last night by Mark Rippon.
Rip at about 4 plays to go in practice. We got some guys pushed back in the line of scrimmage, and he tripped and went backwards, and it kind of scared everybody at first. I think that it was a slight sprain of his ankle. I think he'll be fine today.
If indeed Leonard isn't activated, isn't going to be able to play,
we will activate Chris Hale, who's on injured reserve and ready to go, and who began practicing with us this week.
Now, the Bills are expected to move Leonard Smith to the injured reserve list. Chris Hale will be activated tomorrow. He and Henry Jones will see action in Buffalo's dime defenses. Well, you know that this guy sitting right next to me right here is going to see some action tomorrow, or Sunday rather, on special teams. He is the Pro Bowl player, Steve Tasker. And Steve, what was it like today, the practice today and the preparation for the game?
Very sharp practice today, very good. We put in the area of our offense that deals with right down close to their goal line, the red area we call it, which is pretty basic and which is pretty standard around the NFL. And we had a nice sharp practice. It was very good.
Should be a big game for the coverage teams. Kickoff and punt returns. The Redskins have some of the best people in the league.
Yeah, they do. Brian Mitchell is one of the best in the league. He was second in the NFL to Mel Gray in punt return yardage, and deservedly so. He's very versatile. He does a lot of things for them on their special teams. He's their fullback on their punt team. He covers kickoffs. He does everything they ask him to do, and he does it very well.
Just a walkthrough tomorrow then for the team?
Yeah, we'll run through some special situations with special teams, kick coverages, personnel, substitutions, different things like that. But it's pretty basic tomorrow, very light.
Thanks very much, Steve.
All right, Murph.
Steve Tasker of the Buffalo Bills. Well, you know, Marv Levy's strong emphasis on special teams may be an outgrowth of the years that he spent coaching with George Allen, the late George Allen. In fact, the Bills and the Redskins share a connection with the former Skins coach who passed away 13 months ago. And this week in Minnesota, both sides took time to look back on what they learned from George Allen.
He had the facility to make the game fun. He had a great knack for help. I'm harking back to something I said a little earlier, for getting players to prepare. He had a great us against the world mentality.
I think I was very fortunate to play for George. I think he was a great players coach. I think he knew how to, get the right people on the field.
George was an excellent football coach. I worked with George for 9 years, and George worked as hard the 9th year as he did the first year.
He was the man with an unlimited budget who exceeded it. In 7 years at the helm of the Redskins and in coaching stints before and after, George Allen fostered the careers of several key football people now working for the Bills and the Redskins. Buffalo's GM Bill Polian, scouting director John Butler, head coach Marv Levy, even marketing director Jerry Foran spent part of their careers with George Allen. The Skins general manager, Charlie Casserly, started as an unpaid intern under Allen, and Washington assistant head coach Richie Pettibone played under George Allen.
I think he was a great defensive coach. A lot of the way we break down games and stuff, is the stuff that we picked up when George was a coach.
We get ready to play the Giants up there. He'd always, how New York was against us, particularly the New York writers with their glasses. I don't know what he had about again with their glasses.
Two things I learned was organization and work habits. And they're number one. As far as the X's and the O's, George allowed me to do on offense exactly what I'm doing here.
He knew the game. He made it fun. You worked very hard under him. He had a magnificent sense of priority.
But you could say that about Levy as well. His organization and administrative skills may be some of the most important attributes he brings to the Buffalo Bills. By the way, George Allen's son, Bruce Allen, is coming to town as a guest of the Buffalo Bills to spend the weekend here at the Super Bowl. Well, Commissioner Paul Tagliabue was here in the Twin Cities today. He says there may be progress on a new collective bargaining agreement for the league. The players have been without a contract for 4 years, and Tagliabue says the chance for a settlement may postpone Plan B.
What we're trying to do within the league is to put in place for the 1992 season a salary cap and a free agency system that would be responsive to the players' interests. And to keep that option open for the 1992 season, we're probably going to suspend the current Plan B free agency program. Suspend it for a month until March 1st.
Already, union officials say they are not interested in the salary cap, and there are no details on how that free agency would work. Well, of course, the Bills have stolen much of the limelight this past week, but last night the Sabres turned some heads as well. After falling behind 4-1 early on, the Sabres scored 4 unanswered goals to win it in overtime 5-4. Donald Audette scored the game winner for his 22nd. Sabres play at Montreal tomorrow night. One other note, the Sabres have recalled Jody Gage from Rochester. So there you have it. The game plan's in. The Bills will spend one day on the field with a walkthrough, and then it's game time on Sunday, Susan.
The big show, as it were, John. Thank you. Tom has the weather forecast for Bills fans here and in the Twin Cities when we come back.
When I make the call, I use Motorola equipment from Cellular One Buffalo Telephone.
Because they're tough, and they can take a hit.
They're rated #1. The call is always clear. And they're pretty, too.
With Motorola equipment from Cellular One, there's a phone for every call and budget.
So when you're on a drive, connect with the best people in the field. Cellular One Buffalo Telephone.
New York's children are being robbed. Cuts to public schools and public colleges are stealing their future. And if you let this happen, little by little, there will be nothing left. Where's the justice for our kids? Call 1-800-FOR-THEM and tell the state no more cuts. Don't let their future disappear.
The Olympic Games feature our nation's best. And now, your Jeep and Eagle dealers are featuring theirs during the Jeep and Eagle National Drive for the Gold sale. Get a Jeep Cherokee with package discounts and cash back. An Eagle Talon with terrific savings. Or an Eagle Summit wagon with air at no charge. So see your dealer and drive for the gold today. It's the perfect way to celebrate all our nation's best.
Get the advantage at your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Something kind of unusual on the weather outside. Let's have Tom Jones explain to us what's going on out there.
Citizen, for the first time on TV, here's JR from GR, and we finally see what we've heard so much about. JR, would you just turn around? You've got it on one side, and he's got it on the other as well. That's causing quite a bit of stir in local annals of football history here.
I am a floating vision.
That you are, sir, with your blue sweatshirt. You've been getting a lot of response from the listeners this week. What's the consensus? What do you think? People are thinking the Buffalo is going to win.
Oh, yeah. It's our game. Belongs to us. They don't have a chance.
Well, you've hooted and hollered it up.
Knuckleheads like me running around.
You have done your part, and I would say you're probably into it like nobody else.
This has been the greatest experience of my adult life. That and the rap song.
That's right, and I think Lisa Flynn, a producer tomorrow night, is going to have it on the news tomorrow night. So we'll look forward to that. JR, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tom.
Let's say go Bills.
Go Bills.
Right. Okay, thanks, JR. Well, we don't have to worry about our weather as far as football games this weekend because we know it's all undercover out there. It's going to be a little on the chilly side here for us, 18 degrees right now with a wind chill of 14 below. The dew point is 9 degrees, the humidity at 67%, barometer rising, wind out of the west-northwest, 22 gusting to 31, and there's that old wind chill factor. We've had just a little over an inch of snow today. Our high today was a long time ago at 34 degrees, about midnight or so. The 18 is the low for the day, 60 back in 1950, and 11 below in 1963. Averages 29 and 16, and last year 24 and 11. Now, I point out that once again, we are in the coldest part of the year as far as averages go, and maybe that's some consolation. Now, not much happening on our satellite map. Still a few clouds here, but we do have a clearing trend that will be developing in the next few hours or so. Sky will clear out, and any amount of warmth we had today, goodbye. It'll just float right up into the air, so it's going to be a cold one tonight. This high-pressure system will start to build in, and it will give us a little bit of sunshine to start for tomorrow. But it is going to be cold. Temperatures will barely be into the 20s, and then we'll probably sink back into the single digits again for tomorrow night. Not a lot of bad weather in the country anywhere, but we do have some nice sunny skies in the southwestern part of the United States. Quite a bit of rain up in the Pacific Northwest today. Sunshine down south, but on the cool side. So tonight, we have that blowing, drifting snow, especially in the southern snowbelt regions. That clockwise flow of air, counterclockwise flow of air, will be bringing us some unpleasant wintry conditions for the next 24 hours or so. Tonight, in Minneapolis, my friends, it'll be just 1 degree above zero. And if you're traveling tonight, if you're heading out and about, you may want to take the 401 through Canada, picking it into Detroit, and then the 94 up in Minneapolis because of the lake effect snow suggested route. That's only suggested. There's a little bit of blowing and drifting down along the thruway down south of Buffalo, but nothing of great consequence. So just suggested. Temperatures around the region tonight, it's 16 on Grand Island, 15 in Olean, 22 in Hornell, 22 in Bath, 14 in Orchard Park, 15 in Akron, 16 in the Falls, Exclusive AccuWeather forecast goes like this. Tonight, low of 6, blustery flurries, lake effect squalls, blowing, drifting, a few more inches likely. Northwest wind at 15 to 30, but diminishing. Tomorrow's high, 18, barely to the 20-degree mark. Sun for a while, then becoming cloudy. Some snow in the afternoon, maybe an inch or so. Southeast wind at 7 to 14. Tomorrow night, another cold one, low of 8, some flurries. Northwest wind at 6 to 12. We gain 2 minutes of daylight tomorrow. Here's the long-range forecast now. Again, for tomorrow, it'll be kind of a sunny day for a while, then clouds and 18. Super Sunday chance for flurries and only 20. Monday flurries, 25. Tuesday mostly cloudy, 32. And Wednesday a few flurries up to 32. So it all boils down to this tonight in our AccuWeather words: blustery, flurries, and squalls. Back inside.
Okay, Tom. We really think you should get your hair done like JR's. Yes.
Well, maybe.
Maybe by 11 o'clock tonight, Tom?
I doubt it would take a little longer than that, right?
Right there. That's you.
We'd love
That
it.
is you.
We'd love it, Tom. Thank you. Up next, some guys who've got the best reasons yet to boost the Bills.
Rudy's, Buffalo's favorite chicken wing eatery, now brings you Rudy's famous gourmet blue cheese dressing. It's perfect for chicken wings, fingers, fries, salads, burgers, all your favorite foods. Look for it in the produce section of your favorite supermarket. It's extra thick and extra chunky. Isn't it time you put Rudy's on your kitchen table? Rudy's, the blue cheese dressing of the 90s.
Congratulates the Buffalo Bills, AFC champs once again. And we're celebrating with super savings at all color TV during our super sale. That's right, over 4,000 TVs on sale now, like 13 to 20-inch portable TVs from $148, or 25 to 35-inch monitor style TVs from only $378. How about 25 to 35-inch color consoles from $398, or 40 to 70-inch projection sets from $1498. And right now, there's no payment until July and no money down. That's Rose's TV super sale today through Saturday. Don't miss it.
Finally tonight, once a Buffalo Bill, always a Buffalo Bill. If you've been around here for a while, you know that there have been some bad years for our team. The Super Bowl was just a dream for years and years, but it finally became reality in the 90s. Now some of those Bills from years past have gathered at the American Sports Bar and Grill on Transit Road, where our Brenda Brennan is standing by to talk to them about the Grand Bills tradition. Brenda.
Susan, they're going crazy here at the American Sports Bar and Grill. 97 Rock is here. They're giving away prizes, and everybody's got an early start to this wild, wild weekend, Super Bowl weekend. With us is Tom Day. Tom, have you ever seen the city of Buffalo go crazy like this?
Not since we won the 1964-65 championship. I tell you, this is great. You can't beat this town for support and all that. I just wish the 12-man was over in Minnesota.
I think everybody already has the victory party planned for Monday. What do you think will happen then? Will they turn the town upside down?
I think a lot of people won't make work. When Buffalo win the championship, the world championship, even I won't make work.
Don't you kind of wish you were in there right now?
No, it's their time. I get the feeling for them. I got the emotional feeling. I want them to win. It's their time. I've had my time in 64, 65. It's their time now.
Prediction on the game. Prediction on the game.
Buffalo will win. I don't know how much. I can't predict that, but Buffalo will win.
That's the story from here, Susan. Back to you.
Have fun, Brenda. You heard it from an expert. World News Tonight is next. Good night.